Hey guys, Bryce here. I had a couple more minutes before my next call, so I decided to just come to you and just share some things that I've been thinking. Every evening I spend about 2.5 to 3 hours just kind of reading different books. This week I've been reading Fanatical Prospecting by Jeb Blount. And before we go any further, if you're an accounting professional and you're looking to make anywhere between $5, $10, $15, $20,000 per month with your accounting or your bookkeeping practice, but you don't really know what to do when you want some help, go on ahead and click the link on the description below. And it's going to have a link to book a call with me to see if I can help you go and grow that business. Now, let's kind of jump into this video. So the point of this video is I just kind of want to share with you guys some different things. So some people ask me like, Bryce, why do you make content? Like, why do you make videos? Why do you make posts? And the short answer is that I want to be able to help you. Now, in order for me to help you, generally I have to do two things. One, I need for you to trust me. Two, I need for you to like me. And the third thing is I need to make sure you have money. Okay, because if you don't have money, then it doesn't matter how much you want to do my program. You can of course put on like credit, and that's probably one of the best investments. But for the most part, you'll be in a lot of fear, and it'll be really hard for you to be able to move forward. If you don't trust me, then it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. If you don't trust me, then you're not going to want to flow the money to me. And like the like factor is it can be hit or miss. Some of my students don't like me, but they need what I have. So I'm just kind of trying to be here to help you guys out in any way that I possibly can. And the best way to be able to do that is just by sharing different things that I'm learning, different things that we're utilizing inside of our programs, different things that our students are utilizing in order to get success. So I just kind of want to share that with you. So number one, okay. So did you know that on average it takes about 7 to 9 times of someone seeing you before they actually register that you exist? Okay, a lot of people don't think that they're posting content maybe on Facebook, maybe on Instagram, maybe on LinkedIn, but they're not really getting the response that they're wanting or that they're hoping for, and they get very, very discouraged very quickly, and it causes them either to not post or not put themselves out there because they don't feel like they're being heard, they're being seen. And for the most part, you generally aren't being seen, so you are right in that regard. But the response that you're supposed to take is not to stop the activity. Your response should be to increase whatever activity it is. Now, that is assuming that you are doing the right things. And if you've been watching some of the other videos and some of the different weekly training that we do inside of our Facebook group, then you know exactly what those strategies and what those steps are to be able to move forward and grow. But even deeper than that is that once someone knows you exist, it generally takes between 12 to 52 touches before they trust you enough to give you money. Now, let's kind of define what the word touch means. So touch does not necessarily mean that you have to make 50 posts or 50, Instagram videos or whatever they're called, right? It just means that someone needs to interact with your business about 12 times. That can be you sending out a message, them getting back to you, you responding, them back, you do a consultation, you maybe do a 15-minute call, you maybe go and see them at their office, you maybe go take them to lunch, maybe you go and like one of their posts, maybe you go and comment on one of their posts, maybe that you have a work anniversary and they comment on your work anniversary. Anything that allows them to be able to interact with you is a touch. And we need about 12 to 50 of those touches before a lot of people feel comfortable really going. Now, there are, extremes, okay? So there might be some people that the first time they see you, they're like, I'm ready to go, let's go and let's do this. But on the other hand, there might be people where, they take 200 times, right? And there's a lot of extremes and a lot of different things in between. But on average, it's generally 12 to 52 touches. And the quicker that you can get those things going, the easier it is for someone to trust you. Okay, notice how earlier when I talked about the videos, there's the 3 things I needed. I needed trust. I needed for you to kind of like or be familiar with me. And third, I needed to make sure you had money. It's the same thing with accounting professionals. I learned this from my accounting business. And I learned this from reading all these different books. Now, in 12 to 50 touches, most people stop. Most people can't actually do that. They outreach one time and the person says no and they're done. Or, maybe you try and do a consultation call, they say your price is way too expensive, and you kind of take that as a full rejection and you just stop. Okay, so the people who are successful and who, get the best results are the ones that see it slightly differently. So they hear the price is too high, they hear the person ignored them, and then they're just like, okay, cool, you want to buy it? Or you weren't ready to buy it before, do you want to buy it now? Oh, it wasn't a good time now then, but do you want to do it now? Oh, you said no then, what about now? And it's almost like the analogy I like to use is almost being like, if you have children, and they're really young right now, maybe they're in that kind of phase where they don't care about the word no. Where maybe you're at like the supermarket, or maybe you're at where I live is called Toys R Us, and the children are like, hey, I want to buy this Transformer toy, and the mom's like, no, and the kid's like, why not? And the mom's like, no. And the kid's like, please? And the mom's like, no means no. And the kid's like, well, why not? And the mom's like, I said so. The kid's like, well, please, I need this. I really want this. I won't ask for anything else. And the mom's like, no, no, no. And it just keeps going on and on and on and on until one of the people gives in. It's generally the parent is the one that gives in. Unless you are a very kind of disciplined parent, like when I was younger, my parents trained us pretty good to where it was like when they would say no, at least for me, I would just immediately stop and be like, okay, I understand. Which that actually was a hindrance to me when I was trying to get good at business, because whenever someone would tell me no, I would almost kind of have that flashback in my mind where it's like, okay, well, this person said no and no means no, and I would kind of stop. So I did have to do a lot of work and a lot of like sales training on, making sure that I asked for the sale at least 3 times every single time that I'm having like a consultation or something. That really helped me out. But you gotta start thinking like you're that child in the toy store, and your prospect is the mom or the parent. And one of you guys is gonna give out. Who's gonna be the one that gives out? And whoever gives out is the one that has to either pay the money or has to go and find a new opportunity. And that's just a fun analogy, and that really is how sales and marketing really is. And most people don't understand that. Most people want to do like, I reach out to the person and automatically they buy from me, and that just doesn't happen. It does happen sometimes, but if you want to go and build a business that's doing 6 figures, $100,000, $200,000 a year, you're going to be talking to people that have different decision-making process time. So some people need to go talk to 5 or 6 people. Some people need to go talk to their business partner. Some people need to actually go and wait for a bank loan to come through or a wire to come through before they can move. There's all these different factors. And if you're just trying to one shot, one kill, or one call close people, it's very hard for you to build a sustainable business like that. Okay? Now there's the other extreme where there's some people where they're like just very, very they're very unresilient. And what I mean by that is as soon as they hear no, they just stop. When instead you need to be thinking about the word no as like an acronym for next opportunity. And you just keep, every time you hear no, okay, boom, there, boom, boom. And then once a month you loop back to whoever told you no and ask them again. And just once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks, just keep looping back around until they say yes, or until they give you the real reason why they said no in the first place. You can negotiate, handle that, and then close them when you can. And that's really how this stuff goes, guys. So that's what I learned from fanatical prospecting. I'm not very far through. I generally tend to like skip around in books to whichever chapters are the things that I am kind of either wanting to learn or the things that I feel like I'm lacking inside of my business or my career. And that's where I was last week. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you got a look into my, just personality and just different things and how I think, so you can start growing your business the same way. And once again, if you want some help going and growing your business, click the link either above or below the video, or if you're watching this inside of the Facebook group, comment, I'm ready. I'll reach out to you. I'll give you the help you need. I'll give you the support you deserve, and I'll make sure you go and reach your goal. Okay? I will talk to you soon.